This is a Rogue Media Network podcast.
Bros and foes and heroes. Gonna tell you about bros and foes and heroes. Gonna tell you about comic books, costumes, facts, boots, and other stuff.
Welcome into Bros, Foes, and Heroes in our Pulls of the Week, joined as always by the marvelous, magnificent Mr. Mason. It makes it easy for me to have two co-hosts, both with M names, so I don't have to think of a lot of adjectives when I are, is that the word? Whatever, descriptors. You get what I'm saying. Mason hopping in with us as always here and looking ahead or looking at the comics coming out this week and what we're picking up. I continue to be a terrible comic book fan, as I am not current on anything.
Oh, but you could get Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees.
I had to. It was a Halloween book. I needed something to do for Halloween.
You own plenty of Halloween books, Zack.
You'd be surprised. Aside from Long Halloween, which obviously spans more than just Halloween, I trying to think. Oh, no, the other Halloween books we've already covered. I have Witches that Scott Snyder did that I loved. And we did Gideon Falls. We did the first volume of that.
So good.
And then
You should do the Black Orchard Mythos.
Oh, I was gonna say
The first one, I forget what the first one's called, but I have that. I might loan you that volume.
I do have Something's Killing the Children that I could have done, I guess. We're gonna have to.
Yeah, it's not that scary, honestly. It's
That's
more
true.
fun than scary.
So that's, I mean, I don't know.
It's
I feel
dark, but not scary.
Yeah, this one at least, I don't know. Like Murder seemed perfect for Halloween. But looking at what's coming out this week now, we're out of October into November, and I'm looking at the new Marvel books, and I'm gonna have to lean on you again to tell me, hey, might be worth it. This might not be. What I do need to know though is what is, and this is because I'm out of the loop, or who is White Widow?
That's Yelena.
Okay, see, I still have not seen
new Yelena book. Yeah.
Okay, so White Widow 1, that makes sense. I don't know why I didn't put that together. Comes out this week. Also, I saw that we have Avengers 7.
Which I'm getting because it's really liking this run, and I'm getting Doctor Strange #9 as well.
Okay. We get a new Spider-Boy book as well.
Not this week.
Is it?
I think that was last week.
Was it? Okay. It's
But
up
I know
on my.
Spider-Boy's
Oh,
been
it's the
coming out.
variant. Never mind. It's the variants this week. So, Doctor Strange 9 this week too, then, and then X-Men 28. So,
I might get that. I don't know yet.
How are you? Are you caught up on X-Men?
For the most part, I'm Fall of X. Just there's so much, and there's so many other books. So I just kind of started dropping it. Just also, I might just hold off until those new books they announced, the Fall of House of X, Rise of Powers of 10. I might just wait till those and just do that. Just because, like, I mean, I kind of know what's the point if I know it's just called they somehow lose or somehow win.
Yeah. No, I'm following you there. A thing I'll ask in just because I know it came out last week too, but Spider-Boy made me think of it. Do you know anything about the new Uncanny Spider-Man run? Have you been?
No, I haven't been keeping up. I want to because I like that artist, but again, just first issue was $5, and it's hard.
No,
I'm getting sick of many #1s being $5.
I totally get that for sure.
I'm gonna get Ultimate Universe #1. Well, because I was all over Ultimate Invasion. I'm really excited for this new Ultimate Universe.
And you were laying it out for me. I don't know if we talked about it on the show or if we were just talking about it.
We just talked out there. But yeah.
Okay, then yeah, you were kind of laying out for me what the timeline is for this Ultimate.
So there's Ultimate Invasion where Maker goes and makes this new Ultimate Universe, the 6160. And now he's out of the picture. He's not dead. He's just out of the picture. And that book was more Maker and Howard Stark focused.
Mm-hmm.
And this is picking up after Ultimate Universe 1. It's just a one shot. It's setting up what they'll now, like, okay, now that the Maker's gone, what is this Ultimate Universe going to be? And then in January, we get Ultimate Spider-Man #1. And then February, Ultimate Black Panther #1, which I'm really excited for. And then at March, Ultimate X-Men #1. And then probably going to be getting more after that, I would imagine. I think it just depends on how good these sell.
So is this kind of like, in a way, this is kind of like because it's not necessarily a relaunch of anything in the main canon.
Yeah, it's just a new Ultimate Universe.
It's like Marvel doing their own Dawn of DC in a sense of like the timeline of releasing, of like having like, all right, we have this setup, and then here's a new title, here's a new title, here's a new title, and they're rolling it all out to kind of go along with everything. And I'm kind of excited to have a jumping point in then like that. So
I am too. Plus, I think there's going to get to do stuff they can't do in the main universe because I don't know if you heard the announce what this new Ultimate Spider-Man, because you know how the original it was Peter Parker at 15, or like 13, getting all of his powers, and then until he died. This is it. Peter, from what it looks like, Peter's getting his powers like in his 40s. He's married to Mary Jane, and they have kids because they're revealed. Meet the Parkers. It's Peter and Mary Jane married, and they have 2 children. And I guess he's just now getting his powers. And so he's like, okay, how's he gonna be a superhero with a family? Starting out. At least that's what I think it's gonna be. It could be
really
he could have been doing it for years,
and he's just now.
But in Ultimate Invasion #1, Maker stops Peter from getting bit as a teenager. So I think this is gonna be he's getting his powers like when he's 40.
Okay, could it be that somebody? So we know for sure it is Peter, though, right?
It is Peter. It's confirmed Peter, and yeah, we'll see what's gonna be. I'm excited for that one. And then Ultimate Black Panther is it's a big mystery. He's gonna be dealing with Khonshu and Ra, so he's gonna be doing some stuff with whatever Ultimate Moon Knight's gonna be, which is exciting. And then Ultimate X-Men is all by Peach Momoko, written and drawn, and that's gonna be armor focused, which I'm really excited because I really like armor.
Okay, I'm not familiar then.
Did you ever read Joss Whedon's Astonishing X-Men? That's where she was created.
Okay.
She can basically just make a pink suit of armor around her and punch stuff.
Okay.
She's really cool. I'm excited for that.
I'll have to go back to one then.
Ultimate Universe #1 is supposed to be. This one looks like it's gonna be Thor and Iron Lad centric.
Okay.
So we'll see what it leads up to.
Yeah.
Hopefully we get Ultimates at some point.
Oh, that would be cool. I am excited about this, and again, like I said, I like having a new jump-in point. That's why I was so excited about Dawn of DC, was just because with everything out there that's going on, is I like, not that I need to find and start at the start of the story to begin with, but I just need to find a place to hop into a story where I know that I can just pick up and roll with it.
Since DC has no recaps.
Exactly. And so that's why I was so excited about Dawn of DC, is because it felt like, kind of like with Rebirth and stuff, like I find places to hop on. I just don't think you need to do big, hard, reboots like that every now and then, but that's a thing for another time.
Speaking of DC, are you going to get anything from DC this week?
See, that's what I'm looking.
I might get that Supergirl special, just because it sounds kind of. I like Supergirl, and this could be cool.
I do too. I will tell you,
if I buy it, maybe they'll make a Supergirl ongoing again. There hasn't been one in a long time.
No, you're right. There hasn't been since
like 2018.
Was Tom King last one, right?
No, that was a miniseries.
Oh, you're right. That is.
Yeah.
Oh, you're
like
the ongoing,
like an ongoing.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, no, it has been a while.
It was still in Rebirth last time, I'm pretty sure.
So we got that Supergirl special one. Okay, you'll have to let me know how that one is. I see that there's an Aquaman: The Lost Kingdom special one.
I'm not gonna bother. I don't even know if I'm honestly, it's rocking for me. I don't even know if I'm gonna bother seeing that.
Batman, Catwoman, The Gotham War, Scorched Earth.
I haven't been following Gotham War.
Yep, Detective Comics number 1076.
I heard that's really good. I just fell off just because it's so expensive.
I'm kind of the same way. Like I only picked up 2 books when I went, and it was this one, and I got Wonder Woman number 2. So
I did read that. It was okay.
Okay.
So I'm liking this stuff. I'm gonna wait until this is in a trade
and then pick it up,
because I know there's gonna be much. It's Tom King. It's gonna be much better reading all instead of waiting month to month.
That is true.
Because honestly, I remember, just because I have a big brain, but I know most people did not remember that the girl at the end is the girl at the beginning of the first issue. Did you remember that?
I haven't read the second one yet.
Oh, you haven't?
I've just picked it up. I haven't read it yet.
Oh,
but
shit.
no, dude, you're fun.
Yeah.
Thank you, because I probably wouldn't have.
Yeah.
Because with that much time in between, I tend to have a bad time of doing that. But I'm with you. I think that one of the reasons that I enjoyed Mr. Miracle so much is that when I went in to read it, I read it all as a complete
I can't
trade.
imagine reading that as a month to month.
Yeah.
That would, it'd still be really good, but it just would nowhere near
I
as
just
good.
wanted to keep going. And
like
keep
when
going.
I read his Rorschach, it's just nowhere near as good month to month.
I also found very similar, and maybe that's the best way, and it would make sense to read some of Tom King's work is to do it all collected instead of an issue by issue thing.
Yeah, but with
It's because
his ongoings can be different, you know.
Yeah.
This is just the first arc. I'm sure he's gonna have one shots
for
and
sure. But
mini
I mean, like,
arcs.
I would enjoy it more when I would, because I used to have a monthly subscription to Batman when he was on Batman. And
Plus, wasn't that bi-weekly at the time?
yeah.
Yeah.
But I found it easier for me, or I would, have more fun reading when I would just let a couple issues like kind of build up
Yeah.
and then go through, and it would kind of all be connected. Be like, oh yeah, okay, I see the full story. This is fun. Like the Booster Gold thing. I know people
That is
hate.
much better when you read it all in one go.
Yes, and I did,
Because I can't imagine
goodness
reading
I
that
did.
first issue by itself. Like,
You
what
would
the
have been.
fuck is this?
I get why everybody was pissed. then.
Especially when it's out of nowhere.
Yeah. No, it's like I understand going in issue by issue why people were pissed then, but like reading it as a whole, I was like, okay, I get this whole thing then. Like that makes sense. But the DC side of things, at least this week,
The
I'm
last
not
thing
seeing much
before
from you.
they didn't put out much this week. One thing I'm worried about with Wonder Woman though is how long is Daniel Sampere gonna be on art? Because he's a
Yeah.
really great artist, but the best artists, they need to take time.
That's true.
And granted, they've been working on this for a while, but even still, like how is he only doing the first 6 issues, and then we're gonna get and is it gonna be like with Batman right now, where 6 issues of 6 or 7 or 8 issues of a guest artist who's gonna be great no matter what, and then he comes back, or is he only doing this first arc, and then because eventually Dixie's like, hey, why don't you go do this event we got building up, or because what they do, they put their best artists on events.
Yeah.
And yeah, Jorge Jimenez came back, but then it's only gonna be 6 issues, and then he's gonna do another. So I'm just wondering how long is he actually gonna be on this title, because that's half of what makes this book so good so far.
Yeah.
And as much as I like Tom King's Batman, it hurt that the art kept shifting so much.
Yeah, no, and I'm completely with you there too. It's hard to kind of get used to one art style and then have it constantly switching on you. Not that they're even the new art style is better or worse than the previous one.
No, sometimes
It's
it's
just-
better, but it's like
Yeah,
It's hard to
exactly.
keep
It's just
focused.
hard. You get used to it in a way. It's kind of like when you watch an animated show and they change the voices on you. Like sometimes it can just take a little while to get used to. I was just looking just to see what's on Image. Image has No One #6 coming out. King Spawn #27. It's funny you brought up the Bone Orchard. I see the Bone Orchard Mythos Starseed #1 this week, and then also Untold Tales.
Wait, that doesn't come out this. No way that comes out this week.
It comes out technically the 31st. It says.
Oh, that's just probably the final order cutoff, I guess.
But then also Untold Tales of I Hate Fairyland, and then you know what? I don't see anything else that I might be picking up this week. So a lot of good stuff coming
I'm getting
out.
mostly Marvel this week.
Yeah, I think.
If anything, I'm definitely getting Ultimate Universe 1.
Okay. I will probably put that on my reading list whenever I get around to it. I need to quit being such a bad comic book fan and actually read some and get caught up. But until then, that is a nice little breakdown of what is coming up this week and where things are going. A little look into the Ultimates and that timeline you can look at too. Jumping on point that I'm looking forward to. I think
I feel
Mason's-
like you might, to enjoy it better, you probably will want to read Ultimate Invasion first.
Okay.
I mean, I'm sure it's going to be written to where you can enjoy it by itself. But I
Yeah.
think because Ultimate Invasion does all of the establishing of how this universe is run so far.
Okay, then I will start with that for sure then.
Yeah.
Because I do like that, and that'll help me a little bit better. But that'll give me a new place to start on. I've been looking. We talked about since we've done the show. I've been looking for a place to jump on with Marvel stuff.
Have you been reading Big Game, by the way, since you talked about Nemesis?
I haven't.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's okay. It's honestly, it's turned into what I expected it to be, and I'm not loving it. But I'm thinking hopefully issue 5 saves it. It looks great.
The question I had for you, just because you're in,
But it really has just been Nemesis and the Fraternity just killing everybody.
Oh.
Like,
Oh.
that's fine, but it's not what I was hoping they were going to.
Do a
The
little
problem
bit
is it's
more.
only 5 issues.
Oh.
If this was like 12, then it's like, okay, then maybe we actually have time for these characters like interact. Like, I'd want to see Superior and like Plutonian.
Yeah.
Not Plutonian, but you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Interact with the nightclub and the ambassadors interact with. They don't have time. They have like a page and then
And then that's it.
get killed.
Yeah. Well. Did you think that? I thought that the first Nemesis was a little more. I don't want to say controversial, but a little more. Because Mike asked if how
First,
I liked it.
Nemesis is much edgier. You know, that was
Yeah.
his edge face.
Yeah, it was. I think that this Nemesis did more to kind of just set up.
It was clearly more Big Game setup, and it
Yeah.
made Nemesis a little sympathetic, which I didn't like.
Yeah.
Because in the end, remember at the end, his parents were like, oh, they were framed. So,
Oh yeah.
and like why can't he just be a psychopath again? Like, why does he have to
didn't-
have a sympathetic backstory with, like, it doesn't change what he did. He's still evil, but
Yeah, no, it's so much
like-
kind of cool. Like, I felt it was a little bit of a cop out the way it ended of like, oh, we don't know who that guy really was or not and all that, the first one, but it was just so much more like, yeah, there was no denying that dude was just a absolute turd of a person.
Yeah.
All right, so there you go. That does it for us this week and the pulls of the week, what you can look forward to, what you should go ahead and pick up. Until next time, we appreciate. Oh, I gotta tell you what we appreciate it as take 3. We appreciate you listening as always, and until next time, stay safe, everybody.
Telecom.
Bros and heroes. Gonna tell you about bros and heroes. Gonna tell you about.
This has been a Rogue Media Network